NiftyFilm Education Series. Hi guys, today we're going to learn how to mint an NFT on the OpenSea marketplace, OpenSea.io. Here I have a folder of a bunch of motion cards that I made for my movie Getting Over. We're going to fire up Chrome and go to OpenSea.io. Here is OpenSea, and what we're going to do is we got to connect our wallet that we made in our last tutorial. I'm actually going to use my personal wallet for this because I have some NFTs that I've already created under this account. So I'm going to log in through my personal MetaMask, and just like that, it links. And as you can see, I have an one ETH in my account, and I'm going to show you guys the things I have in my collection. If we go to my profile right here, as you can see, you don't actually have to make an account on OpenSea. It all connects through the wallet, and once you connect your wallet, that's your account. Let me switch over to the dark theme. I like the dark theme better. They have a bunch of different settings on there. Now we go over to my collections. If you've never made a collection before, you're going to click on Create a Collection right here. And then you can put in a logo, you can enter a name and a description, and that collection is basically your storefront on OpenSea. So get a logo ready and a description and fire it up. This is my website right here. This is my collection right here for Upstart Film Collective, my production company. You can pick a cover photo. You can add all this other information. If you click Edit Your Collection, just like with that new create a new collection, you can do a banner image, a featured image, the logo, the name. You can have it. You can choose your own customized OpenSea URL. The description category is art because they need better categories on OpenSea actually. And you can put on all this other information in there. You can put in the percentage fee. That's the royalty that you get if your NFTs resell on the on the secondary marketplace after that first sale. There's your payout wallet right there. That's your personal wallet. That's the one that I just connected. You can cut and paste from MetaMask into there or wherever you want to deposit your money, how you want your items displayed, the different payment tokens that you can get. You can even now add a collaborator if you're working on an NFT collection with somebody else that has their own wallet and their own account on OpenSea through their wallet. You can give them access to your collection as well so they can add and change things as you go. So here's Upstart Film Collective. This is my production company. I have some art up there already. I made this earlier before we even got started with NiftyFilm. So I put up some graphics from Getting Over, some of my uncle's art, as you can see, some other things right there. But we're going to make a new item. Here's how we make a new item. You click on a new item right there, and now you can see they take all of these different file formats. Ours are MP4s because they're motion cards, they're little video files. You'll see what they look like when I drag them in there. So get all your files ready before you create anything. And then what we're going to do is you can see, so under this create new item, there are all these different forms that you can fill out, all these different fields that you can fill out with the item name and the link and all that other stuff. So again, get all your assets ready before you get to this. If you're still working on whatever you're going to mint for your NFT, go work on it now. As you can see also down here, supply, it's usually one of one. I'm going to show you guys a little bit about how to make multiple copies. And then freeze metadata is basically, it's going to take your file and store it on IPFS, Interplanetary File Exchange, which is a decentralized, it's like BitTorrent, it's a decentralized file storage system, which basically locks it in there. So you can't make any changes to that item, once it's created and sold. You can't make any more changes after that. Now also, again, like back at the supply, so if you want to make more than one, usually an NFT is a one of one, it's a special piece of art. We're making a card set now for Getting Over for my film. So there's going to be multiple versions, multiple copies of any one card. So as you can see, here's a little area where it tells you how you can make, this is actually one of the stupidest things about OpenSea. I don't know why they haven't fixed this yet. What you need to do is cut and paste this little extra bit of text and tack it to the end of the create item URL. So what you're going to want to do is you see where it says it can be enabled by adding !, enable supply equals true. So if you want to activate that supply form field and change the quantity of how many you make, you actually have to take the URL, the create item URL, and select this little text right here and copy that. And then we're going to go back into the item page and right there. Let's close out of that. and then we'll go there. So as you see at the top, you see where it says the URL, it says /create at the top. You just have to cut and paste at the end, that little question mark, extra stuff, enable supply true, and then we'll scroll back down, and now you can see you can change the supply, and you can make as many as you want, and you're not gonna have to pay any extra for it. So we're gonna change that to 10, because each card that we create in this card set is gonna be limited to 10 copies. So, and again, it's the stupidest thing about OpenSea, and it's gonna get even stupider, so bear with us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag our card in there. That's the little motion card that I created. As you can see, it's got a front and a back. It's just a little video file. It only sped up because I'm typing in real fast. I'm speeding it up so you don't have to sit and watch me type. We'll cut and paste a description, and they have all these different, you can add all sorts of metadata. It's wonderful. You add this huge description. You can even add markdown syntax. Here's the little syntax cheat sheet. You can bold some of the items. It's not quite HTML, but you can add bold. You can add some italics and block quotes and tables in there, so your description looks a little more jazzy than just some text. And it's got workable links in there too. You can even add links for stuff as well. You can do properties. There's also levels and stats. Let's go into the stats right here, and we're gonna do two different stats. We're gonna do a card number stat. This is card number 1 in the set out of 10 cards total. So we're gonna do card number 1 of 10, and we'll also call this, let's call it a limited edition. Like I said, we made 10 copies of each card, and there's 10 cards total, so it's gonna be 100 cards in this base set total. So it's a limited edition, it's 1 out of 10. So we'll click save. We don't mess around. I'm not messing around with levels. It's a progress bar. Nothing really applies there. Properties, you can add in any sort of metadata properties that you want, textual data, stuff like that. If you want to add a resolution or things like that, you can do that as well. So let's scoot this out of the way. And I also have these GIF thumbnails that I made. This is what's going to show up in the actual listing, a little GIF thumbnail that just kind of shows the video, the little motion card going back and forth. So then, yeah, like I said, we have the description right there, all the different form fields that you can fill out. There's our supply 10, and then we are ready to create. So let's click on create. It takes a minute. I'm not going to speed this up so you guys can see in real time. It takes a little bit of time to create this item. So this is going to make basically 10 different copies. It's going to be in one listing. We actually haven't listed it for sale yet. I'm going to get into that for a second. But now we've made 10 different copies of this one single card, and we're going to list it for sale next. It's 2 different steps. So when you actually create the NFT, you haven't really listed it for sale yet, and that's when we're going to pay gas and stuff like that. At least the first time we're going to pay gas. I've already done that, so it's not really applicable to this video. So, but there it is. The item has been created, and we're ready to go. So now we have to basically list it for sale. So the item itself has been created, but we haven't done anything else. So what we'll do right now is we will click on visit. We'll check out the listing itself. It loads up. There it is. So there's the video playing right there. It's got our motion card back and forth. There's our description. Scroll down, you can see, there you go. You can see you have the links in there. So with the markup language, you can add links, which is pretty cool. So there, and you can see the description. It's got the stats, which is the 2 1 of 10s that we put in there earlier about Upstart Film Collective. But the first thing we're really going to do is get this thing for sale so we can sell it to people. So what we're going to do is, you can see listings, no listings yet. So we haven't really offered it up for sale. So let's click on sell, and this comes to our sale page. So we have to set a price. As you can see, bundles right next to it. We'll get to that later. So what we're going to do is, so here's the stupid thing about, the next stupid thing about OpenSea is we have 10 different items of cards, but under quantity, the number of items to sell. We also have the price per item. That's where we're going to set it. You can set the price in different tokens and the total price if you wanted to sell more than one at a time. So basically, the problem is if we change the 1 to a 10, we would only have a single listing of all 10 of them. So one person would buy all 10 of them in a single listing. We only want one for sale at a time of a total of 10. So we're only going to put 1 for the quantity of sale. And then we're going to pick our price. Let's say it's 0.003 ETH. But you know what? You can never raise the price. If you wanted to raise the price in the future, you can't raise the price without basically destroying the NFT and making a new one, which costs money. But you can lower the price on OpenSea for free, which is really great. So I like to start the price a little bit higher just in case we want to lower it in the future. and then you see the total price there for the one quantity. Now here's the instructions. Here's the big thing. If you've never done this before, this very, very first sale is going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you some Ether to pay the gas to initialize your account on OpenSea, which will then let you list as many as you want after that, basically for free. But the very, very first one to initialize is going to cost some money. I've already done that, so when I post the listing, all I'm going to have to do is, as it says, accept the signature request, works through my MetaMask wallet, and then basically confirms I am who I am. We click sign, and then as you see, that first one is for sale down there for 0.005 ETH. It's about $12 US at the time of this recording. And then, so now, again, the stupid thing is because we're selling 10 different cards, 10 cards, one at a time, we have to make one listing. We have to make one listing per card, one sale per card at the same price. So we're going to have to do this 10 times. So here's the second one. Again, just accept the signature request. This second one, if you had paid for the first one because it was the first listing you ever did, you're not going to have to pay for that second one. You're just going to have to sign the request. And as you see, there's that second one listed right there. Let's blast through the next 10. So there's the third one we're going to make. There's the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. I just want you guys to say, I could have cut this all out, but I wanted you to see we got to go through these one at a time. It's real silly. And then once you're all done, we have all 10 of them listed. There they are right there. And you can, cancel any one of those. People can make offers, as you see down there, but we got 10 of them listed. All 10 of the copies are now listed for sale, and they are ready to go. And you can see down there as well, the total quantity is 10 created to me. They're in my wallet because I own them. So there they are right there. And you have now created your first ever minted NFT on the OpenSea marketplace. There's one more thing I want to show you guys. So let's say you made the whole set now of 10 different cards, and we want to bundle them together. I want to sell those cards as a set. So I can come here to the listing and go to sell just like any other listing that I'm selling. And if I click on bundle, I then get taken to this page with all my items, and I can go through one at a time and select. This listing right here, this bundle right here is for the base set. So I'm going to select all 10 cards in the base set. And as you can see, you see the little times 10 right there that lets you know that there's 10 different copies of them. So we'll pick the 10 different cards in the base set, and then we're going to say down at the bottom here, sell bundle of 10. So we're now going to sell just a set. So if somebody wants to buy the complete set, not counting those 3 little one-of-ones that I made as well, this is just for the base set. So we select all 10 of them. So if someone wants to buy the complete set, they can do that, and we can set a particular price for it. And I'm going to make that price a little bit lower. So if you want to buy the whole set, just like with baseball cards in real life, if you buy the whole set, you usually get a bit of a discount over buying them one at a time. So we have our different items right here. Card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All 10 different cards in the bundle. And then we can go back at the top. We can set a price for it. The total price, if you add it up, would be 0.35, something like that. But you know what? Let me, again, just like with everything else, we can't lower it. We can't raise it. We can only lower it. So I'm going to change that price in a second. But let's type in a quick name for the bundle, complete base set, a little short description. Like I said, let's have a little bit of a higher price right now. This is more as an example of how to do it, so I'm not really expecting to sell any of these. But let's set it to 0.04 Ether, and that way if you bought all 10 one at a time, it would cost 0.5 Ether, 0.05. So you get a bit of a discount. You get 2 cards free. So like I said, go down here and check. You can see all 10 different cards listed there in the bundle. We have our price. Everything is ready to go. We'll click on the bundle. We just have to sign the signature request with our MetaMask as before. And then we just wait for everything to load up. And then kaboom, there it is, complete base set. It's its own listing. So you can bundle together other NFTs that you've listed, whether they're one-of-ones or multiple copies. And that's how you list a bundle for sale on OpenSea. That's how you mint an NFT on OpenSea. And stay tuned for more. We have more tutorials coming at you to dive into the world of NFTs. And thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with more real soon. Thanks a lot. Subscribe now and stay tuned for more coming at you from NiftyFilm.io.